you didn't even go to. You didn't even know about the 90s. You didn't even know about the stuff that happened at the Job Corps talent shows. Because you're not from the hood, David. You don't know nothing about talking about Huff School. I ain't never heard no school called no Huff School. I heard of Vandenberg, Henry, Madison, Camp Hall, Eastern. Where you get Huff from? Black folk don't hear about no Huff from the hood. I didn't hear about no Huff School. I ain't never went to no Huff School. Please stop messing with my game.
Lady, how you not know about Huff School?
How you not know about Job Corps having talent shows in the 90s? And tell me I was
a grown man in the 90s, woman.
I was a teenager.
Yeah, you was a teenager.
Older than me, David.
Okay, so I was a grown man. When you was 15, I was 21.
You're doing too much. Because you don't know.
I was 21 years old when you was 15. I always want to tell everybody you from the hood.
You don't know nothing about no hood.
When I was going to college, you was in the 6th grade.
It don't matter.
What are you talking about?
You keep telling everybody Nobody
know nothing about no Job Corps. I was a grown man when Job Corps was doing talent shows.
And you like to tell everybody you from the hood? Tell everybody you came from the hood. You were not, David.
I am from the hood.
You were not. How was you from the hood? Because what you did, your mama.
Lisa,
listen. Your mama.
Feet out the way of my feet. Trying to dominate.
Listen, your mama brought you to the hood to be babysat, and then they took you back home. To be babysat by your grandmother.
I lived with my grandmother, Lisa.
David, you lived in the Northeast side.
Lisa, I lived with my grandmother every single day until 1st grade.
Quit playing.
I wasn't visiting. I was at Madison Wade Pool. Every day, getting free lunches.
Because your grandmother babysat you, David.
That's not visiting.
That is.
I was living in there. I was at the Wade Pool every day on Prospect.
You didn't even talk
between Highland and Delaware.
No, because I never saw you.
Oh, so I can't talk like.
You don't even act like a hood person.
I can't talk like my mom took me to the library.
She took you to the library, but
all the summers. I can't talk like I read a lot of books growing up.
You keep talking on me because you don't want anybody to know you grew up on the Northeast side. Your mama brought you to the hood.
I went to sleep on the Northeast side.
Yes, your mama brought you to the hood.
In the hood on Prospect, 1042.
You keep on trying to tell everybody that.
Anybody know where the Rhodes live?
They know your grandmother lived.
Anybody knows where Pastor Rhodes live?
You didn't
on Prospect.
You didn't live there.
Is that not the hood? I was there every day
visiting. Your grandmother babysat.
How
then your mama picked you up after work and took you home.
And it was time to go to bed.
And you went to the area where white folk were at.
Okay, how about this? I was raised in the hood, but I lived on the Northeast side.
You was not raised in the hood.
I was raised in the hood.
Stop trying to make it seem like
was I raised by my grandmother?
No.
Oh. Come on, y'all. I was raised by my grandmother.
No, you was not, David.
Oh, my God.
I remember seeing your brother visiting.
He might have been visiting. I can't speak on it. I had my big wheel.
I'm not knocking how you
1042 had a steep driveway. It was
my best friend
lived
at 1055.
It probably was 20 feet high from the sidewalk to the top.
My best friend lived right across the street. I've never seen
15 feet.
Never seen you.
Because when I was over there at 6 years old, you was like on your mama's breast getting milk. You didn't know me. You was a baby.
You could stop trying to act like you just.
I had a big wheel. I go down the driveway.
Your grandparents probably.
And I turned that mud, and I had the good one. I had the deluxe one where you pull the lever on that back right hookup. You pull the lever and spin out, and I can spin it. I'm going down real fast, and I spin that mud and go on the sidewalk.
You are because you don't know nothing about it. I grew up on Cass and Highland.
I had bologna sandwiches. Bologna sandwich.
Let me tell my story.
With fruit cocktail.
That don't make you from the hood,
and
David.
Milk and juice.
That don't make you from the hood.
Right there at Camp Park.
Where I grew up at?
I was at Camp Park.
Where did I grow up at?
I don't know where you grew up
Cass and Highland.
Down around the corner.
No, I grew up on Cass and Highland.
That's around the corner.
Listen, I grew up on Cass and Highland, and I was not taken to another area to sleep. I slept at Cass and Highland.
Okay.
So I am from the hood. You're not.
Lisa, all that means is you spent a few more hours every day in the hood than I did. That's all that means.
No.
I was there by the time. I was there like at 7 a.m.
Oh, Dave, please stop.
My mom had to be at work.
Please stop.
She probably dropped me off at 7 a.m.
She
maybe
dropped
8.
you off, so you slept
maybe
the night,
8 o'clock.
and then she picked you back up.
Yeah.
Did my mama drop me off, pick me back up anywhere? No. My grandma lived on Highland in Madison. My mama lived on Cass and Highland. What'd I tell you? There was no picking me up.
I was raised in two houses.
I was raised in one. That means y'all had money.
Northeast and Southeast.
Exactly. You had
money. That means my grandmother was my babysitter.
Exactly. And that's where you was staying at.
That's where I lived at, Lisa.
You not live there.
Oh, my gosh.
You stop trying to tell people that.
And then when I didn't go to school, when I wasn't going all the summer, every summer, I was just there.
Yeah,
and sometimes I spent the night many times.
No, you spent a night. But you got up and went back home.
Oh, my gosh.
So please stop trying to tell everybody.
I was raised in the hood.
Well, I'm going to let anybody be the judge. There is nothing hood about you.
Okay,
nothing.
Okay, look.
Yeah, a black... You're Carlton.
This lady that
You're Carlton. Your family is Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. My family is Everybody Hates Chris. That's what my daughter say.
Oh, Lord.
You're
y'all
Carlton.
Hear this?
You're Carlton, where you grew up at,
now, y'all know
in your
I ain't
area.
No Carlton.
And I am Rochelle.
Y'all know I ain't no Carlton.
From Everybody Hates Chris.
I don't know nothing
y'all
about
the
no
Huxtables.
Rochelle.
Y'all the Huxtables, my daughter said. Bill Cosby Huxtables. I'm not knocking y'all. Think it's wonderful that you came from that kind of a life.
Alicia.
But y'all are the Huxtables. And we are Fresh Prince Carlton. And we're...
Oh, Lord.
We're the hood. Good times. My family is Good Times.
Stop it.
And Everybody Hates Chris.
Lisa, you doing way too much.
No, I'm just going to tell you what it is.
Lisa,
I'm going to tell you what it is.
I'm mad.
That's why you married me, because
I grew up in the hood.
You saw something different. You said, oh, she's different than the women I dated.
Oh, Lord. So what you think I dated boozy type girls?
All the time.
No.
All the time.
I was in the hood, so I dated hood chicks.
Please,
I dated hood chicks all the time.
Please stop lying to yourself. And stop telling everybody from the hood. You might have brought your kids up later in your life in the hood because it was easier to get a place there cheaper, but you ain't from the hood.
Lisa.
You're not from the hood.
Oh, let's talk about that since you want to bring that up.
No, you're not from the hood.
I did raise up, let's see.
And then y'all moved to where?
My 5 children on Eastern and Franklin, like 10 years, 731 Franklin.
How long you lived there?
But you know why I did that?
How long you lived there?
I was 10 years. Because I was comfortable being in the hood growing up.
You weren't comfortable being in the hood. You was missing out on being in the hood.
So I was like, because we were out at all that.
You wanted to see what it was like.
We was at Grand Valley. We lived on Grand Valley's campus, the kids and all of them lived on Grand Valley's campus. And then, her job was over with my first wife. Then I was like, okay, let's move somewhere else.
You wanted to see what it's like to be in the hood. You wanted to see what it was like to be in the hood. You didn't grow up that way. You wanted to see what it was like.
I said I wanted my children to have the hood experience also.
Stop it. Why you here laughing? You can stop it.
I am not laughing. I wanted them to have the hood experience also.
The hood experience? You had an experience in the hood. Who has an experience in the hood? That's just everyday life. Ain't no experience.
It's an experience.
It's not. It's everyday life.
Exactly.
But you gotta have to sorry, right? One of my kids, he's like a rich white man. One of my kids have the hood experience too. I'm done. I don't even talk about that.
Lord.
I wanted my kids to have the hood experience too. I'm sorry. That's too much. Turn that off. Oh my God, I'm done. I'm done with you.
Okay.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, Dave.
It's like the cutlery drawer.
For somebody that's black. I want my kids to have the hood experience too. He even said it. He even said it in that way. It didn't even sound black.
I was trying to be funny, Lisa.
Oh, you was not.
I was trying to be funny.
It came out when it's supposed to came out of natural. I would never tell nobody I want my kids to have the hood experience.
Lisa.
My kids had the hood experience.
Lisa.
Barely.
Oh
my God.
Look,
please turn
that
thing
was
off.
real deal living over there. It was crack houses across the street. We had Mama G and Terry across the street. And he was like, and then we had right next door, what's his name? We call him Neighborhood Watch. He always called, I had my dog Tiger there. And he called me Tiger because I golf. He knew I golf. I was going golfing all the time with Granddad, Uncle Cliff.
Going golfing.
Yeah, he called me Tiger. What?
We're going golfing.
Right. What's wrong with that?
Y'all come from a good... You and Jackie both, and I love her. She's such a beautiful person. Y'all both come from good families. Both of y'all try to live in the hood. Y'all both come from the lifestyles y'all came from. Ain't neither one of y'all been raised that kind of way. And living in the hood.
Paul Mayhew, he would come over to our house and we would have block parties.
I don't know how Jackie put up with you.
In the fall, they had the neighborhood block party thing. The city, you could do it in different neighborhoods, and we would block off Franklin from Eastern to Henry.
You was getting that hood experience, wasn't you?
We block off the whole street.
You was getting that
the city would come in,
kids.
And Paul Mayhew would come over to the neighborhood.
And getting that experience.
And we would have food, and we have speakers and microphones. And we have entertainment. You know, and then when they had parades back in the day, the Santa Claus parade used to come up Franklin. We used to do that. We had other schools that would come and had different events coming through there. You know what I'm saying? Like the bands, the marching bands would come through. You and Jackie was experiencing the hood.
We
was experiencing the hood as a family, and then we enriched the hood at the same time.
Well, I get that part, but neither one of y'all are from the hood, so.
Now, I remember one time the SWAT team was all in our backyard. They about to go raid the house across the street, the crack house across the street. One time, I was working at Cornerstone third shift, and I go to start my car up. I just go, it might have been 10 o'clock. I was warming the car. It was wintertime. And by the time I got ready to go to work, I was working at Cornerstone as a janitor. So I go to school free and get my degree. So anyways, which I did do. Anyway, so I come out and my car gone. Somebody stole my car from the crack house. So the police, the drug house, crack house, whatever you want to call it, trap house, call it trap house. So anyways, the police go, they like, well, did you know the guy? I said, well, I don't know who took it. And so they said, well, did you give him your keys? I'm like, no, I ain't give him my keys. Like I just rented out my car or something. Like, nah, man, what you talking about, bro? I'm reporting my car stolen. So they found it up in Miss Tracy's. Like 10 minutes later, it got the dude. And so they asked if I wanted to press charges. I didn't want to see another black man in jail, come on. So, and I knew the guy because he was across the street at the trap house all the time. So I said no. I see him to this day, sometimes he wanted to pop him upside his head because he be just so. I'd be like, hey, what's up, bro? And then he look at me like, motherfucker, if you don't get away from me, I'd be wanting to slap him upside his face. At least you could be a little humble, nice. Hey, I'm the one, whatever. So then another time, my neighbor, Angie, she had 3 daughters, 2 teenage daughters. They was cute, little pretty daughters. They wore them little tight clothes and skin all out. Then they had a little baby girl. I can't remember her name. Jamila, that just popped in my brain. Anyway, so what happened was she had went to jail for something, and she had asked us, me and Jackie, to watch her kids because they was always all the way. They was already over the house all the time, eating food or doing homework. Angie was doing what she did with work or whatever she was doing, and so. We would take care of the kids, make sure they were straight. So she going to jail, so we keeping an eye on the girls. And they know to check in with us, let us know when they're going and coming and this type of stuff. So they had put up signs all in the hood on the poles. I would walk right down to the gas station on Franklin Eastern because I was like 4 doors down maybe. It was the bait shop, parking lot. And then another house, then my house. So anyways, I see these signs on the pole. Drop till you, party till you, drop till you F, and all this stuff on the flyers. Party till you drop till you F, something. I'm like, what the what?
That was your hood experience.
And it was the address was to the girls' house. So I'm like, what is going on? This was like about to go down the same night. And so anyways, we up in there, we know the party's going down now. The party is happening, right? I mean, it's got to be, I'm not exaggerating, 30, 40 youth all around my backyard, their backyard, in between our houses. The music ain't tremendously loud. It's not like crazy loud. So I'm moving around on, the 2 houses, not inside, but just, the yards and stuff. They respecting us. Everything's good because the girls have said something probably. So anyways, the police come. I don't know why, but the police come. I mean, they scattered like roaches when lights came on. Brothers and sisters, young brothers and sisters was just running everywhere. I mean, gone. And so the girls was on the sidewalk. It was a 2-tier porch. So you got a sidewalk, you take like 3-4 steps up, you're on a little platform. You take another 3-4 steps up, you on the porch where the door is. So the girls was on the little first platform. So anyways, the cops then got the girls hemmed up on the top porch with handcuffing them. So I'm looking out my window. It's from inside. We watching what's it called? The religious station,
TBN.
We ain't watching TBN. We watching some preaching or something. And, windows, the shades, everything's up so I can see out. And I'm looking at this because, with police lights, you see police lights. Obviously, you're going to be able to see that. I go out there. I'm on the sidewalk. I'm on the sidewalk. I come to the first platform. I said, sir, these are teenage girls. They're under me and my wife's care. We're inside watching such and such preacher right now. Can you let them go? They're under our care. Everything is fine. He's like, no, these are teenage girls. I mean, when I say teenage, I mean like 14, 15. Ain't hit 16 yet for sure. And so I'm like, can you let these go? Back up, back up. Now, he was the only one on the scene. So, you know, later on, my dad said he probably was nervous because I'm calm. You know, he's already escalated because he's been around all these black kids running all around. So now he don't know how I'm coming at him. We in the hood. He a young white boy, probably in his like 25 or something like that. You know what I mean? So he probably was nervous. This is what my dad told me later. So I started backing up slowly. Now he got the second girl in handcuffs. By the time he finished getting her in handcuffs, second girl, I'm on the sidewalk, but I was moving slowly. He kept saying, back up, back up. Now this time you got other cops coming on the scene, you know, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So anyways, he comes and arrests me for impeding and whatever. I don't know what they call it, but getting in the way of their arrest. And I'm just like, yo, brother, sir, officer, can you let these girls go? I'm talking calm, not cussing, I'm not getting, can you let them go? So then my dad comes to get me. You know, he was an MP. He was an MP in the military. He was hot, boy. He was mad in the mud. Like, he got to get up in the middle of the night and come get me. I told him the story. One of the lessons I learned from that point on was, number one, he said, you got to learn how to pick your battles. You know, that battle was already won. They already won that. And you jumped in it, and you got involved in the loss as well. You got to learn how to pick your battles. You had no business messing with them because that officer, he's an MP now. He said, because when you're an officer and somebody comes escalated already, then they're trained to escalate to that level or higher. That's how they're trained. So if they're coming, somebody's coming, then they're trained to match that or go higher.
Match the energy.
And so, yeah, match their energy. So when I'm coming calm and he's already higher, and I'm coming calm and smooth, that throws him off. That throws his training off. So now he's a little nervous because he doesn't know how I'm going to respond. Yeah. He doesn't know what I'm going to do next. He can't predict it because I'm not in the midst of the training. I'm not following the protocol of his training.
Your skin color looked like the match, but your verbal language wasn't that. So
I guess that was, maybe that was the northeast side.
That's that northeast side from growing up and instead of growing up in the hood. Yeah, so you can make this long story as long as you like, but we all know that you are not from the hood.
Well, this is what I got.
You just lived there for a bit, you and Jackie both, and I think it's beautiful because she's a beautiful soul, and I love her with all my heart. But you're not a hood person. You're not. Sorry.
Baby girl.
Just not, David.
Baby girl.
Stop trying
and then
to
when
be.
I met you, where'd I live?
That's because I lived there.
I lived on Camp Paul.
No, that's
Camp Paul Project.
You
the
don't
project.
tell about your business. That's where That's where I live. But that's where I lived when you met me.
That's where I live. I'm not telling my business where I live.
That's where you.
At Camp Paul.
You didn't live at Camp Paul until you met me.
I lived at Camp Paul for 10 years.
Where you lived at before you met me?
10 years.
Where was that before Camp Paul?
Granville.
Exactly. Granville. Your home, that's where you're used to. The lifestyle you're accustomed to. The kind of neighborhood you grew up in. Stop trying to be something more than you are not.
I raised my kids on Franklin Eastern. And then I prayed. I didn't want my kids to go to school there. Because
why?
I had one of my kids.
If you went to school there,
one of my kids, you know, I said, okay, well, this one was going to city high school. This one wasn't going to have no problem. This one needed a little extra attention all the time. He was very smart, very bright, but needed some extra attention. And I didn't want him going to the school there.
I'm sure you didn't.
And so I prayed and prayed and prayed, and the Lord opened up opportunity in Granville.
I mean, I ain't knocking it.
And it was great.
I'm not knocking it, but beautiful. I'm just saying, stop trying to be something that you're not. You're not from the hood. You didn't grow up in the hood.
High school.
You didn't grow up in the hood.
I can't speak for y'all.
You keep changing the subject because you don't want nobody to know that you're not from the hood. They already know. Ask anybody to know.
You got a bed bone? Something bit you? Or that's your bone?
Why you looking at my bone on my foot?
It looked like something. What was that?
Well, ain't no, that's a bone. Don't everybody got bones in their feet?
That bone, I can't see it now.
Because I got my feet stretched out now, right there. think that hopefully your feet ain't all crusty. Don't be turning that light all bright all on my feet. They are. Look. Turn the light off. You need some lotion on them ashy boys. Please turn that light off.
That's just the way the light is reflected.
That's
that
ash.
Ain't no ash. That's just the way the light reflected.
That's ash.
That's the way it's babe. That's like shine.
That's ash.
That's shine.
That's ash.
That's shine. That's the way the light is hitting it.
You need lotion.
That's just the way the light is hitting it, babe.
No, that's ugly. That's ash. Like you did like you ain't putting no lotion on forever.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Lord, and we got lotion right here on the dresser.
That's some Jesus feet.
I don't know what that is.
Jesus feet look like that.
How you know what Jesus feet look like?
Cause when they get through walking in the sand, what you think their feet look like? That's Jesus' feet.
I don't know what that is.
That's Jesus' feet.
That's ash, or is it just shining?
That's Jesus' feet, babe.
It looked like it's shiny from my part, but it look like ash from that light. You need to turn that light off then. Got to make your feet look crusty. Mad dog.
Lord.
Like I don't even tell you to put that...
Crustier than a mad dog.
Like I don't even tell you to put stuff on your feet like
what
that.
What a mad dog feet look like?
Like that.
Oh, Lord. Jesus.
Like, that make me look like I'm not giving you no lotion.
Okay, now look.
I put lotion on your feet many times.
Let me tell you what else living in the hood has done.
Yeah, nothing in the hood.
Camp Paul. Now, one time, this is serious business.
You met me at Camp Paul.
Yeah, So look, I'm living in Camp Paul like 10 years, right in the projects. I mean, every day, right there, the fire station right around the corner. Now we on Franklin and Division, right? So every night, I'm not exaggerating. Am I exaggerating? Every night you hear fire trucks.
Yep.
Am I lying?
No.
Every single night you hear the fire truck. But I never see a report on the news about no dang on fires. And I live in the hood, so people talk. You know, the streets talk. You know what I'm saying?
There ain't got to be a fire ambulance come. They came for me when I was giving birth to my son.
But I'm talking about the fire trucks.
They come first
every night,
but they go first if they're closest to where the situation happens at, or where they need the help at. They're gonna go first.
Well, that's true. That is true. But I'm thinking sometimes I was thinking that they just running through the hood, waking people up and carrying.
I mean that too, but no, they train paramedics.
Because it was ridiculous. I mean, it was like 1, 2, 3 in the morning every single night.
They're trained paramedics.
Come on now.
They're trained to do that
every night. I'm not exaggerating.
It wasn't every night.
Like,
nah,
this is a conspiracy. They just they running through the they running through the hood, waking people up, disturbing our neighborhood.
Waking our people up.
Yeah. It's like, wake up, Negroes.
That ain't that what they
wake up. Okay, now every day or night, you're going to hear police sirens. Every day, every night. Am I lying?
No.
Every day, every night. Occasionally, at least every weekend, you're going to hear some gunshots. At least on the weekend. You're going to hear some. Might not too much during the week. But on the weekend, and because you got the party store right there in Franklin and Division too.
Mm-hmm.
What's that called? F&E or J&E or something, whatever it's called.
I can't remember.
But whatever it's called, yeah. You got that. You got the chicken spot right there. So that parking lot just be on slam in the summertime. You know, that, of course, I can walk up there because I got hood.
Well,
I got hood credibility.
That's why they always ask you where you're from, David. Where are you from?
I got hood credibility.
Why they say I can talk to your wife, but I don't know how to talk to your husband.
They could be up there, listen. They could be smoking their blunts and listening to music and laughing, talking. They just have a good time, by and large.
And that's fine.
Because they ain't got nowhere else to go. You say, where they going to go? But I'm just saying, I could walk in the midst of them.
I'm not knocking how you are, David. You know, I'm just telling you.
I got that hood credibility.
You do
when
not.
They see me, they know I got that swagger.
You do not.
They know I got that swag.
They ask me a million times, where your husband from? Where he from?
Because we
can relate to you better.
I'm international, baby.
I'm international. You're not international, David. You haven't even left the country.
I have left the country.
What country you go to?
Canada.
Okay. Canada.
Yeah. Okay, so anyways, getting back to my story.
So you need to stop all that.
One time.
They don't know who you are.
One time, we were sitting on our porch. This is God's work. And we saw, in the project, there's a ton of kids, right? And so, because I had that hood credibility, all the kids, all the kids loved to come over.
You was giving them money to clean the yard.
I mean, that was just for Javier and his sisters.
You was
And
taking care of the kids
what's
in
her
the
name?
yard.
Javier, what's her name?
Bowleg.
Bowleg. That was the only two I gave money to.
You was giving
Javier
the kids.
And Bowleg.
It don't matter. You was giving them the money. That's why
they always came. They was hard workers. They would go across the street to the parking lot and take a squeegee and a bucket of water and towels and clean people's windshields for money. That's how these kids.
I mean, they hard working, but I get
so when they came over, it's like, Mr. David, can we shovel your snow? Mr. David, can we pick the trash
up? Yeah, they come over.
Mr. David, you got anything for us to do?
The kids ain't no credibility with you.
So yeah, I would always look out for them. Even if I didn't have money, I run a tab with them, and so when I could get some dollars, I'd tear them off. They was good kids.
They're very good kids.
But all the neighborhood kids came through. Because
of them telling the kids that you be giving them money.
No.
So they thought they were going to get some money too.
Oh my gosh, no.
They came over there. What else was going to come over there for?
Because they knew I was one of them.
You was not one of them.
They knew I was from the hood, baby. They knew I was one of them. God. Okay, let's skip over that.
Cut this video off, because you just lying.
Oh, my gosh.
You know them kids and think that you was one of them, David. Stop that. You don't even act like one of us.
Oh, man. They not like us. They not like us.
You not like us.
Oh, Lord.
You're not like us. I'm sorry.
That's what happened.
I think it's
we
beautiful.
See all the kids. We right there facing the school. What school is that right there?
It don't matter. We're just talking.
We're on the porch. What school is that we face across the street?
It doesn't matter. Don't tell everybody everything. People don't know all your details.
So
everything.
Anyway, Lisa, let me tell my story.
Okay, well we don't need to know everything and where I lived and what the address was.
I don't live there no more. So what difference?
It don't matter.
What's going to happen?
Maybe I didn't want nobody to know I was there.
Oh Lord, stop! Everybody knew you was there.
No, nobody know where I was.
We had told the whole city. What we did was we
Okay.
seen the kids. Everybody was like 20, 30 kids all just running around.
I seen the kids.
Okay. Leisha seen the kids.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
give me some credit.
What happened was, does that look like a bump right there? That's her bone.
That's my bone, David. That's the way my foot is made. Will you quit talking about my foot?
I mean, you got beautiful feet.
No, don't be talking about my foot.
You got beautiful feet.
Right.
I just see how the light hitting there.
It's
love your
feet. Bone. It's a bone. It's
Turn
a bone.
Your foot this way. Let me see it. Other way. You got beautiful feet. See? You got just perfect, beautiful feet.
I don't know about perfect, beautiful feet.
I love your feet. I love your skin color.
They just
I love how your feet contrast with my feet.
They feet.
How your color contrasts with my color.
I like the color. Yeah,
your
beautiful
color is
skin.
beautiful. Your feet are beautiful. You got God's feet. Like I said in the other video, it says that the, oh Lord, don't tell me I forgot it. Romans 10:15, Romans 10:25. The feet of the preacher are beautiful, or the feet of the minister are beautiful, or something like that.
Something.
Beautiful are the feet of the ones that
preach the gospel.
That preach the gospel, something like that. So you got beautiful feet.
I don't preach the gospel.
One time I told Jay Bishop, I sent him a message when I found, because Uncle Cliff, when he had Pastor Rhodes, he had ALS, of course, and he was near the last part of his life. He was in the hospital one time, and he was there, and he said something about what does God say about the feet, David? And I didn't know. Oh man, I was so embarrassed. He said something about. He said it wasn't. He didn't say it like that, but it was something similar to that. Like he said something like, who has beautiful feet? Or he was basically saying if I do that scripture, because if you're a preacher, you have beautiful feet. And so,
I don't know
if you spread the gospel, that's what God says. If you spread the gospel, you have beautiful feet. Now, when you look at the word feet, I don't want to get into a theology lesson because I got to go back to my Campbell story. But when you look at feet, what God is talking about,
the longest video
what God is talking about is your desire, your passion, your willingness to spread the gospel. So when you talk about spreading the gospel, you got to remember a lot of those folks were on foot. I'm sure there were some horses back there and buggies.
Of course, animals everywhere. My feet getting tired standing up next to
excuse me. I don't hear all that over there. You messed up my background, my video.
I'm sorry.
So a lot of those people were on foot. And so beautiful is the feet of those who spread the gospel.
Okay, well.
So that's what you got to look at. So anyway, Lisa, don't stop trying to tell me to turn my show off.
I got to put my foot down. Because I'm tired of playing footsies with
just
you.
Just leave your foot up here. Just be patient for 3 more minutes.
I'm tired of playing footsie.
So one time I told Pastor Jerry Bishop on Facebook, I sent him a message. I said, man, you got some beautiful feet. he said he blocked me. He said, and next time I see him, that's my buddy. We've been friends since he first came to Grand Rapids. And by the way, we were friends before he was saved, and we were hanging out. And I was in college, and we was hanging out, going to the club. But you know what? He's had the same integrity. We drank and went to the clubs and all that, but he still always had the same integrity. He tells the people that, that's his testimony. But I never seen him out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? He's always been the same guy. Excuse me, I would let nobody talk bad about Pastor Jerry Bishop. He's a strong man of God. Y'all know that.
What they got to do with his feet?
Okay, so anyways.
Did you send a picture to us of his feet?
This woman would not let me tell her my story.
You took too long.
So he cut me out. So next time I seen him, he was like, David, I thought somebody hacked your page. And I was like, nah, Uncle Cliff, who he reveres highly, Pastor Rhodes' big old pictures in his church, along with a few other pastors, Ed Dobson, I think his dad. So anyways, Pastor Dobson. So anyways, we're on our porch at Camp Paul. And Alicia sees all these kids. They're just running. And then Alicia says, David, they don't have any bikes. We grew up, we had bikes. I know I did. Shoot.
Our grandkids did in the house.
I had bikes everywhere. Me and my cousins and my friends,
we had bikes.
We'd be on our bike, northeast side, Leonard and Fuller. We'd be at Woodland Mall.
Northeast side, not the hood.
Yeah. I mean, the hood too. I was on my Hot Wheel. But I'm just saying, when I had my bike and I was able to ride out, we'd be at Woodland Mall from dang on Leonard and Fuller. Gone. We be gone all you do
all day, hang out with your friends.
All you do is be back by the time streetlights came on. Wasn't no cell phones, wasn't no pagers. Every once in a while, your parents would say, go use somebody's phone to call in.
Everybody black parents said streetlights. We already knew that.
Right.
That's just normal.
That's standard.
Standard. You'd be home when the streetlights came on.
Right.
Especially in the hood, because, we didn't have telephones all the time. My mama couldn't afford a phone. So, our communication was going to our friend's house. Mama was not, she was a single mom. She didn't have a lot. So we didn't have the luxuries that some, young folks grew up and had in the hood. When we had a phone.
No phone.
From maybe about a month. And if, and then it'd be cut off. But I couldn't afford, she's a single parent. She was doing her thing, doing the best she was able to do. Mom didn't have a whole lot of resources, but she made work whatever she had. She made it work. She was a young mom, you know what I'm saying? She was raising 4 daughters. So, no, we didn't have the luxuries like some other people had in their lives. We weren't as blessed. We had a lot of hand-me-downs and stuff like that. We didn't, it was, she did what she could do. So, but.
You're a good mama.
I had a great mama.
Yeah, a good mama. I love your mama.
We had our
mama
moments.
Always would kiss me. Every time I see her, she would kiss me. I took her 1 or 2 visits to warm up to me really good.
She didn't know you.
But,
That's because I was married before, so she knew my ex-husband.
She would kiss me right in my lips and tell me she loved me.
She did.
And she was a beautiful lady. I liked her a lot.
She was something. She was a real straight-up G.
Now, that one sister of yours, oh, Lord.
She was straight up G. Don't even say nothing about her. She was straight up G. Don't start.
When I first met her.
Don't start. Baby, don't start something.
Okay.
Don't be doing that.
So we back on the porch. Oh, there go the foot.
My foot is tired, David.
We back on the porch. Spray your foot back on.
No, I'm not.
So we back on the porch.
Put it on your face. I don't want to be playing footsies. My feet are tired.
Spray your foot right
Baby, my feet are tired. I can't keep my leg in one spot like that the whole time. I'm tired. I'm sorry.
Put your foot right down there,
You're getting on my last nerve.
People
right don't want to look at nobody's foot, David.
Put your foot right there.
It's there. Now leave me alone.
So we back. Game. So we back on the porch at Camp Paul, right? So this is what happened. We decided to do a bike drive, which turned into Bibles and Bikes. And so we did a bike drive, and we bought bikes, we fixed bikes, we took in donations of bikes. I remember one of my friends from high school, Jody Battle, she lives in California. She sent in a bike, bought it on Walmart, and I had a girl picked out, I think it was London. And we went to Walmart and got the bike for her. I can think of several people. I forget who. Pastor Cindy, the owner of the chicken spot right there.
Cindy's Chicken Coop.
Cindy's Chicken, right there on Eastern and Hall. That pastor there, I can't think of his name. I'm sorry, brother, but he came and donated like 3 brand new bikes. we were having Bible study at the Camp Hall, what you call that area?
Just the building.
At the Camp Hall office, the main building, the office, and we had a classroom. So every week we had Bible study, and then Pastor Jerry Bishop brought in pizza and sodas. Every week, like 3 pizzas from Domino's, Little Caesars, Domino's, yeah. And like 3-4 sodas, and then my mother and dad, the Overbys, they would come in and help me out, and we had like
care packages.
We had care packages, yep.
Deodorants and soaps and school supplies, things for the kids to have.
Mm-hmm.
I remember
Bibles. My cousin Bobby Mayfield, she bought a whole box of Bibles in, and so we gave the kids Bibles. I mean, people was coming through with all kind of stuff, bikes.
They wanted us to keep going when we weren't able to do it.
Yeah, because COVID hit.
Came.
But yeah, because they were like, my dad was like, David, you're going to have to move across the street to the school. Now I started thinking, man, we're going to have to start a church. Because the parents was coming out. Some parents, not all the parents, but some parents was coming out, kids was coming out. Mm-hmm. We teaching the Bible. But it was
feeding them. It was fun.
It was informal. There wasn't no like, it was organized, but it was informal. They could be themselves. They could be relaxed. It was a safe zone.
I just looked at it like some kids probably didn't have a meal to eat that night. And maybe those nights were the nights that they got a full meal or maybe a restaurant type meal, So, I look at it as we were feeding their spirit and feeding their bodies, the word of God and also food from God. So,
right.
And that was the blessing for me is just the joy that they had when they say, Mr. David, Miss Lily, when we gonna do Bible study? We having Bible study this week, and we couldn't because of COVID, and
right. They were looking forward to that.
They was expecting that. They got little gifts every week. They got candy and treats, and and life was really really great.
That was beautiful.
It was beautiful. We had a lot of money at the time, but you know what? You don't dwell on the past, and what God has done for us before, He'll do it again. So if He did it before, He'll do it again. And I look at it as just everything happens for a purpose and a reason, and only God knows that purpose and that reason, but it's a meaning behind it all. And we'll have that back plus more. So He probably was just preparing us for what's to come.
Then, so you could tell, like you were making a good amount of money. I don't want to say because, anyways, but it was.
You said everything else, might as well say it.
It was. We were selling AT&T products through social media. We had like 30. Average of 30 single moms, some guys, but mostly single moms across the country that I had taught how to post the ads on social media for free. And shucks, man, we were killing the game. We were doing like 10, 15,000 a week for a long time. But the thing is, I think, in this process here that we're going through,
foolishness of spending money.
We're staying with family friend right now. And then so they got something going on. We got to be out Tuesday. But in this process here, we have learned how to live on less.
Big time.
Less. I mean, Lily just starts her job Tuesday. We have both been unemployed since June. I'm building my home care business.
Not since June. Since February or since November. January, February, March. Was I working?
June.
I was at Burlington.
August? Whenever it was. August?
Yeah, about August or something like that.
September?
Yeah, around my birthday.
So, it was before your birthday.
Yeah. So,
wasn't it?
Yeah. So like 7 months.
Yeah, and I mean, people like, get a job. I have literally applied for
everything.
180 job positions.
And we don't have to prove it to anybody, but we've been applying.
On Indeed. I applied literally 180 something jobs I've applied for. Yeah. And I might have had 3-4 interviews. The job market is tight. Y'all don't realize. And they said, well, go to McDonald's. Well, I applied for 4 McDonald's.
We applied at Aldi's.
I have no response from McDonald's.
I got 3 applications in that Aldi's, and they denied all 3 applications, and I'm qualified for all 3. I'm even qualified to be a cashier, and they turned me down. Unfortunately, the position was filled. Unfortunately, we went somebody else. I've applied for driving jobs. Unfortunately, they went with other people. And I just figured it wasn't God's timing for me to be at that place. And so, I'm trying to focus on waiting on God. I can't sit there and worry about what somebody thinks. People say, people talking about, get a job. You don't know what we're doing behind the scenes. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, nobody wants to live with somebody. Nobody wants to be homeless or, be whatever. It's a season. And so, foolish, thinking of some people. But you don't know. If you don't come and ask me to my face or come talk to me or listen to my story, you won't know. So ask. And so I'm telling you, we have applied. And like I said, Tuesday, I finally get to start my orientation for my position that I've been waiting on. And it took a while for them to contact me too. And I had an interview 2.5 weeks ago.
And right now, that was a different. We're waiting for Amazon for the supervisor. They're supposed to call for interview on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Waiting for them, hope or Thursday, one of the days. Thursday.
Yeah.
Waiting for them to get back with us.
I just figured where God wants me to be, that's where I'm gonna be.
I'd like to see her be a driver for Amazon. This other job might take her out of state here and there. And I'm not too excited about that. I'm just so used to having my baby near me all the time. So, anyways, but we're grateful for whatever's come through.
Yeah, the time
we own it. Yeah. We own it, and so we're figuring we got the deposit already covered wherever we move. So we're figuring if we got, if we could get a payment, a check by the 15th of March. She starts Tuesday, Wednesday for orientation. So if we could get a check by the 15th of March, then we could move into our own place, and then we'd be on our way. We ain't got no furniture and all that.
Yeah, we get all that. I'm not worried about that kind of stuff. God's
gonna provide that stuff.
That's just
so
material.
Go get us a little air mattress.
I've been there, done that.
Got some blankets already, but now I'm back in the car, and so I haven't been doing like I used to do. In the car, I always make sure I had bottled water, had car stuff, stuff, TV meals, those frozen meals. And all that stuff.
We're gonna be fine.
I know. I'm just saying, but this is things I think of. We're not worried about it. I'm just thinking, I got to get the meals.
I'm not even worried about going back in the car. I was a little stressed at first.
I got to get our food together. Got to get our food together. So when we go in the car,
I'm grateful for the time I've been.
We would take things and go to the gas stations and microwave it, and then eat. And then I got to charge my laptops up, so I would go to like the bookstore and plug my laptop in and do my little work there. So it's it's gonna be while Lily's at work, I'll probably be at different bookstores working and building my business, setting up meetings, this and that and the other.
You've been setting them up in different places already right now.
I know. Last week I had 3 different meetings with veterans and things, and I submitted 2 clients last week, potential clients, but they didn't qualify. One didn't have wartime experience. The other one made too much money to qualify for the VA home care service. So if you know anybody that needs that's a veteran and that served during the wartime, doesn't have to be in war, but served during wartime, any of the wars, World War II, Vietnam, Korea, Iraq, Afghanistan, then we could get some personal assistance out there to help take care of them. And that includes the activities of daily living, personal care, transportation. We'll go to the store, take them to the store, but maybe they want to go to the casino, or take them to the casino, take them to the doctor's appointments, companion care. Maybe you want to go to the movies. We go to the movies. Hey, maybe you want to go out to lunch, go out to lunch. Maybe you want to go visit one of your friends. I'll take you over there. Transportation, take you over there. Got a nice van, 15-passenger van, beautiful, brand new van, electric van. It's beautiful. And so, light work, we'll disinfect the bathrooms, disinfect the kitchen, you do your laundry, help with medication management. I can't put the medicine in the client's mouth, but I can help you get it to your mouth and put it in a tray. We can separate it in the weekly, daily trays so that you bind it to take the medicine. We got all the paperwork necessary, contracts, agreements. We get all the doctor contacts, physician contacts, phone numbers, emails, fax numbers, all that. We know the medication that you take. We're in constant contact with the doctors and physicians, eye doctors, etc. So, if anything comes up, we know who to call, who to talk to, and all that stays right there in our client's home. And so, everything is very organized. It's top shelf, top notch. But God's going to bless it, because when Pastor Rhodes had ALS before he passed away for several years, I was one of his caregivers, unofficial family caregiver. They hired a company and they did a good job. They were fine. We had no complaint. I think they were out of Holland or something. But, I came in as one of the helpers. I already was a helper with him as a unofficial armor bearer. I just love to be around them, and I had that access. So I want to be around them all the time just because I had access. So anyways, I had to, sometimes I fed him. Sometimes I had to help him bathe and clean himself and, and brush his teeth and, all the things a caregiver does, Of course, his wife and his children, Michelle and Troy, were there. My dad was there. Uncle Wendell was there. My brother was there. Little Sydney.
And battery saver mode.
But what this girl is just be constantly interrupting my stories. You battery saver mode. You do a lot of talking. Lord Jesus, help me. So you're in battery saver mode. You're doing a lot of talking. So, anyways, this chick right here. So, anyways, what happened was, it was an honor and a privilege to be able to love on him like that. Now, I did some things I had never done for a grown person before. You know what I'm saying? But it was uncomfortable at times, especially at the beginning. But at the same time, it was like honorable to be able to help my uncle, my pastor, my uncle, daddy, all of that. Man, it was just great, and it gave me a passion. It sparked something in me that I didn't know was in me, and I wanted to help others like that because that's a big deal having your dignity when you can't help yourself but you still have dignity because the people around you treat you with love and care and respect and dignity. Because I'm not gonna say all nursing homes like this, but I know I've seen it. Now my grandparents, Clifton and Luella, they had good caregivers. My granny had good caregivers at the nursing home, but I heard
my grandmother didn't.
Yeah, I remember your grandmother. I'm not gonna say where she was at. Oh, Miss Helen. Oh my gosh. Ooh. We go in there and her room smelled like urine, and
half time they didn't clean her up.
And her kids lived out of town.
Stuck them up missing.
So they, like my grandparents, Granny and Luella and Cliff, granddad, grandma, they had kids in town. So we was up there. You know what I'm saying? When I say we, it was more her children or their children than the grandchildren. They were there more. My dad and my Uncle Wendell, and I don't start naming names, but
they wouldn't let us see.
They were there. But Miss Helen, when COVID hit, they couldn't even see. We still went up there, but they stopped us. We couldn't visit Miss Helen.
No, they stopped us at the front door.
And so we didn't know what was going on.
COVID.
You know what I'm saying? So anyways, the point is sometimes they don't get that love and care at certain facilities. They don't get that dignity. You know what I'm saying? So that sparked in me this passion. I said, okay, I want to help people stay at home versus going to nursing homes. I want to help people get the love and the passion and the care they need to be at home in the comfort of their home the last days of their life. And then also, I said, well, I have a lot of veterans in my family. My dad's a veteran, cousin Mike, cousin Troy, cousin Rodney, cousin Christopher, cousin Harold. All these people are veterans. These are my first cousins. They're all veterans. And so I'm like, who?
Cousin.
No. But I got some second. Junie's got a son. Head is a veteran. He said he's serving right now. He's been on the Gerald R. Ford, et cetera, et cetera. He's in the Navy. Uncle Roosevelt, don't want to leave him out. My dad's brother. Uncle Cleveland, he passed away. A lot of people still don't know he passed away. He was a veteran. So I got a lot of respect for veterans. I was raised as a military brat. We didn't do a lot of traveling. We didn't do any traveling. But trust and believe, my house was like a military house. I'm assuming like most military men would have it. My dad was about it. Trust and believe that. Very organized. Our house, we had to make sure when you got something, you put it back where you got it from. We had it was organized. I learned how to iron. I love ironing. Learned how to make my bed up properly, how to keep my room organized. Yeah, I mean, everything in our house had a place. It was nothing out of place. It had a place for it. You need the scissors, you knew where to go get the scissors. And then you knew where to put them when you were done with them. Because if Dad was looking for the scissors and they weren't where they're supposed to be, you got a problem. There's going to be a conversation. You weren't going to get no whipping, but you had a conversation you didn't want to have.
It's a whooping, not a whipping.
You don't know what a whooping is?
You said whipping.
Oh, Lord.
That ain't black talk. We say whooping.
Here she go.
Butt kicked.
Here she go. What'd I say over butt
A whipping.
I said a whooping.
You said you get a whipping.
Jesus help me. Lord help me.
See? Tell you what from the hood.
Oh,
Going back to the beginning of the story. That ain't no hood talk. People don't say no whipping. Black folk don't say whipping.
So let me go back to Camp Paul. We gave away. I'm gonna end this video because my wife is getting on my nerves. I love
you
her,
getting on
my nerves.
I'm playing my game over here.
But we had gave away at least about 60 bikes that summer. My buddy Ned Andre, he helped me transport a lot of bikes, and then we had Folks and Spokes. They was on the northwest side. I don't think they're in business anymore. Folks and Spokes. Spokes. They repair a lot of bikes for us for free, which was, people would give us bikes that were kind of used and needed some work. So they wanted to get them out of their house, and they wanted to help our kids. And so, maybe the front brake didn't work anymore. Maybe the chain was off. It needed new chain. Maybe, just different. Maybe the tire needed some air. It was popped. It needed new air tubes. So we did all that. And so we would transport them back and forth. We would take 10, 15 bikes at a time. Drop them off, come back, pick them up. My buddy Ned Andre helped with that. And we gave away like 60 bikes, man. It was great. See, and then we had a lot of scooters. Oh, our friend Jen. I can't think of her last name right now. Jen.
Teacher Jen.
Yeah, she was a teacher at Cornerstone.
She was my
professor.
Teacher. Professor Jen. Yeah.
At Cornerstone. And so we told her about our ministry. Lily told her about the ministry. And then so she lived in Forest Hills.
She can bring
She was big, boy.
She still just brought us some bikes.
Yeah. We were living at the hotel last year. We were taking the buses, and she brought us 2 bikes, so we could, before we got our cars, we were rolling on our bikes to the bus.
Professor Jen, I love her. That's my favorite teacher at the Corners. She's my favorite
beautiful lady. So we met her 2, I think 2 sons or 3 sons and her husband.
Yep.
And just
came
beautiful
to our house.
folks.
It's beautiful.
Came to our house. She gave us bikes and scooters and skateboards and helmets. Yep, all that. So she was one of our biggest donors.
Yes.
I think of Walton. What's the lady's name? Sister Walton from Life Quest. Virginia Walton. She came in with a few bikes. There's several people. I can't name everybody, but y'all know who y'all are. Y'all came through.
Y'all came through for our babies.
Yeah, we bought some bikes. People donated bikes. So on and so forth.
And we got to the point where we had no more bikes, and kids were still asking for bikes, and I felt so bad we couldn't even give them the bikes because we had no more bikes to give.
Yeah.
And some kids didn't get a chance to get bikes, but they heard, and they wanted, or they outgrew their bikes.
Yeah.
And COVID came, and we weren't getting bikes like we were, and thus
we wasn't getting money like we was.
Wasn't getting money like we was, and so all the travel and everything stopped. So we had to put it on the back burner. But that's our passion, is to take care of the homeless, to take care of the children. David loves kids a lot more than I do, and I love children, but David really loves kids.
Okay, I gotta use the bathroom.
Yeah, good. Bye.
You doing a whole lot of talking.
No, you did the whole talking the whole time.
You doing too much talking about.